Alrighty, we're at Lake Purrumbete Caravan Park and we thought, why not? This is a perfect time to do a review of our Alucab 3.1 Gen 3 tent and the 270-degree awning. So we're gonna start with the tent, guys. We've always been rooftop tent campers and we just had the traditional style. The traditional style was slow to set up and the wind made it flap really bad. So went to the hard shell style and we are loving the simplicity of how easy it is to set up. With the simplicity of setting it up like that, that means now we can get to camp so much later and we don't need to worry about setting it up. And it also means we can leave some bedding in there, which means less stuff in the back of the car. So the latest update to the Gen 3.1 tent, which we are loving, is it now comes with a telescopic ladder. The previous 3.0 had a big, long aluminium ladder, took up a heap of room. The telescopic ladder takes up no room. It's also got really wide runs, so you can get up it in bare feet and it doesn't seem to hurt your feet. Great side entrance, but on a con, it is very small. So our previous rooftop tent had the fold out style and the ladder was really protected. So we've noticed with this one, in the rain, your shoes get wet. Where the previous rooftop tent, there was just so much cover under there for your shoes and anything like that. This one here, it is a bit of a pain in the wet. It doesn't give you a lot of protection for your shoes and stuff at the bottom. I'm celebrating my liberation. I'm celebrating my liberation. I'm celebrating my liberation.
Alright guys, let's talk about some pros of the 3.1 Gen tent. We love the standard mattress it came with. So it was already quite soft and thick, whereas our old mattress, it was quite thin and hard. This mattress is already pretty soft. We do like a really comfortable bed when we are camping. So we have added the egg foam shell on top. Previously we would have to sleep on about 6 doonas for it to be comfortable. Now we can leave our sheets up here, our bedding, sleeping bag. We can't leave our pillows just yet. We need to find a little bit softer compacting pillows because they just take up too much room. The tent doesn't quite close properly. So the mattress is great. We love the double canvas. It is so thick, so durable. It doesn't flap in the wind. It's incredibly dark. We've found ourselves sleeping in a lot in this tent. Not a bad thing when you're camping, I guess. Another thing I love, when we first got the tent, I thought this was probably a little bit too fancy for us, these pockets and the diamond stitching, but we love the pockets. They are so handy. I like to put my jammies in there, a book, our watch, our phones, things like that. It's just so that it's not in the bed with you. Previously, we just used to have all the junk in with us, but no, the pockets are really great. Another thing that we love is there are built-in cigarette lighters and USB chargers. So they come really handy to charge our phones, charge our watches, things like that. Another great feature is the built-in light. That's really handy. We used to fight over who was going to be getting off the ladder and switching off the light, but we don't have to fight about that anymore. The only thing we don't like about it is where the switch is placed. The switch is, I'm not even going to show you because it's really hard to get. but the switch is kind of dug into the mattress, so it is a little bit frustrating to turn on and off. It's a little bit easier now that we know where it is, but that's probably a con that we don't love about it. But otherwise, it's a great tent, it's comfortable, it takes 2 minutes to set up. So we have seen that some people configure their pillows up that end of the tent. The way we have our canopy, we actually use the side entrance rather than using the back. So we can have our pillows up here, and we've noticed that there is actually a couple of inches more room on this side of the tent. We do like that, and so you get that element of space up here. It's very open, you've got the windows right beside you, whereas your head's kind of seemed a little bit crammed down that end. One thing that we don't love, our old tent was really wide. It was probably more like a double bed, whereas this, it is noticeably narrower. We are nearly probably shoulder to shoulder, not bad in winter, but when in summer, when it's hot, you don't want to be shoulder to shoulder. But look, we don't spend a whole lot of time, we're only up here sleeping, so it's not too bad, but just keep that in mind if you're looking for a tent. Otherwise, we love it. We love spending a heap of nights in the tent, getting away. It takes 2 minutes to pop up, so if we're doing an overnighter somewhere or getting to camp late, super easy to set up and you're in bed within 5 or 10 minutes.
Alrighty, also going to cover some pros and cons about our new awning. So we've got a 270-degree Alucab Shadow awning, which we absolutely love how easy it is to set up, but there are some cons, so we're going to go over those as well. Alrighty, so what we love about the awning is there is so much space under here. We had a look at the diagram before we got it and had a look at the measurements, and we're like, is there going to be enough shade? Because it doesn't come out the full 2 meters that our old one used to, but there's absolutely a heap of room up here and so quick and easy to set up. I guess you get the feel for space when there's no poles and no guide ropes. There's just absolutely nothing to trip over, okay? It's also super strong. So we had a heap of rain when we were up the Murray. We've had a bit of rain, a bit of wind here. This thing is super strong. Like, these are solid bars. When we got a heap of wind the other night and a heap of rain, we did have to drop the leg just to add some stability. By putting one leg down, you add a heap of stability to it, so that helped heaps, as well as putting the guide ropes off. What we did notice was a little bit of water pooling in some of the corners, okay? So we do have the storm kit that enables us to minimize that, but it really wasn't bad. There was a little bit of water, you give it a flick and off it comes. What we dislike about the awning is when installing the awning, you need to drill in your own screw. I'm not sure why they can't put that in from the factory. That's a little bit of a pain. The only other thing we dislike about the awning as well is it's got no light in it. Previously, the old awning we had a built-in light, super easy. So we've actually gone ahead, we've put a light strip in and just used your standard dimmer just to be able to control the light, just so we've got a light under here. I think they should be starting to put lights in these, as most awnings are getting lights in them. Another massive pro for the tent is the canvas. It is so thick, there's absolutely no sun that gets through here. You have a look at some of the cheaper awnings on the market, you can still get burnt under them. There's no way you're getting burnt under this. It absolutely stops all the sun. It's a great shade awning. So that's our review, guys, of the 3.1 LU Cab tent with a 270-degree awning. We absolutely love it and we'll be spending more nights in it.
Check out the next video. We're going to finish it off with showing you the pack up time of this thing. Makes pack up so much easier. Check it out.
I'm